I'm Tyler Suiters in the Energy News Center. The world's best-selling hybrid is now taking a major hit. The newest model year Toyota Prius is now under recall. Joining us now with a closer look is Clean Sky's Lee Patrick Sullivan, who follows the auto industry for us. And Lee, another blow to Toyota in what has been a very bad several weeks.
It has, Tyler. For a company that consistently finishes near the top for quality and customer service, it's been a challenging month for the world's largest car maker.
In recent days, our company hasn't been living up to the standards that you've come to expect from us, or that we expect from ourselves.
Just 48 hours after Toyota apologized in this Super Bowl ad, the company president announced another recall, this time for the Prius and Lexus hybrids.
We will do everything in our power to regain the confidence of our customers.
The company says the problems stem from the ABS brakes conflicting with the regenerative braking system that are unique to all hybrids. Toyota says the problem gives the feel to the drivers, for a second, that the brakes are not stopping the cars. Toyota officials say no brakes of any of their cars has failed. The problem can be fixed with a software update. The recall will cover more than 400,000 Prius and other hybrids worldwide. This follows recalls of more than 7 million vehicles so far this year. And we're starting to see the first signs of Toyota's damaged reputation. Sales for January in the U.S. are down for Toyota by 16%. By contrast, sales for Ford set a record by jumping 25%. And General Motors saw its sales in January jump by more than 14%.
Now, Tyler, Toyota officials can't stress enough that there has been no problem stopping these vehicles. The software glitch that causes the ABS brakes, which are usually engaged in icy and slippery conditions, to kick on. So if you're on dry pavement and this happens, it will feel unusual to the driver, but it only lasts a brief second, and more importantly, the car is stopping and will stop. Most auto experts I've spoken to today say a problem like this usually doesn't require a recall. A company can deal with this usually through its dealer network. Tyler?
Okay, so this doesn't necessarily rise to the status of recall. Why is Toyota making this move anyway?
Well, Toyota officials feel that they were pressured, one by the comments made by Transportation Secretary Ray LaHood last week, saying that he wouldn't even drive a Toyota if he had one right now, and also some sensational reporting, Toyota says, done by the media, saying that a lot of their cars probably now won't stop. They had a problem with them with the accelerator. Now they say that they wouldn't stop, and that is not the case at all. Think of these numbers, Tyler. There are 147,000 cars in the U.S. affected by this. Only 80 complaints from customers saying that the braking felt a little bit weird. And it takes about 40 minutes for this software update to kick in. So it's a very easy, quick fix. But from a PR standpoint, given what happened with their accelerator issues, Toyota officials felt they were sort of backed into this recall, and it was a voluntary recall. It was not forced upon them.
Boy, speaking of PR, Lee, Secretary LaHood did try and pull back those comments not long after he made them on Capitol Hill. You showed us the numbers for Ford and GM sales recently. Any correlation between Toyota's struggles recently and their boom?
Yes, there was a direct correlation. They found a lot of people that from Google websites, people that would normally search for Toyota websites, they would eventually search for GM and Ford, and they were being driven towards some of the GM hybrids and also some of the Ford hybrids as well. But Tyler, if I can quote a Motown singer here, Martha Reeves, people aren't dancing in the streets in Detroit despite these sales going up. Ford and General Motors, they do have a new program that they're quietly rolling out. If you were a former Toyota owner, they'll give you a bigger discount on a Ford or a GM car. But recalls like this are bad for all automakers, and most of the people in Detroit know this. Let's take this braking issue, for example. This happened because of the ABS brakes. There's a software glitch with the regenerative braking. Ford has the Ford Fusion Hybrid that just won Car of the Year. It has the same type of braking. They haven't had any reported problems, but this could come up. The Chevy Volt has regenerative braking. That could come up with that. So the auto industry as a whole doesn't like these recalls, because now any driver that feels any kind of twitch or something, they're going to complain to a television reporter like you and I, and that they might have to do some recalls. And let's take the accelerator issue for a moment. You and I are old enough to remember the Ford Pinto and the problems.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the problems they had with their gas tanks and some of the rear-end collisions. During all of those court cases, which cost Ford millions and millions of dollars to go through these court cases, they ended up doing a recall. But during the time that they were in court, they continued to make the Pintos. They never stopped production. What Toyota did by stopping production when they found a problem with their accelerator now sets the bar up here for automakers. So the next time there's a problem with a Ford, with a Chrysler, with a Chevy, with a Honda, any car, customers are going to wonder, why are you still making the car if there's a problem? If you haven't figured out, why haven't you stopped production? Mm-hmm. Toyota is a fat cat with cash. They can stop production. General Motors, Ford, Chrysler, they had to ask, Ford didn't, but General Motors and Chrysler had to ask for money from the government, so they do not have any extra cash. Mm-hmm. A stop in production to fix this would kill those car companies. And now Toyota, they will get this problem fixed. They have one of the largest and best dealer networks out there. They are set up, they're envy of the rest of the auto world. This is what GM is trying to emulate now with their dealer networks. They will fix this problem, and they will gain market share just based on goodwill from customers that they were willing to stop production, stop making millions of dollars to get this fixed.
Quickly, Lee, let's talk about the problem you brought up. That is the accelerator issue that Toyota's been dealing with, seemingly more serious. The subject of a congressional inquiry through various committees. What happens as that goes forward with Toyota?
Well, this inquiry is supposed to take place tomorrow, but as many people in the Washington, D.C. area know, we're about to be hit by a blizzard, so it was rescheduled for the 24th of February. But one thing Toyota has been quietly doing since the late 1980s, they have learned to play the Washington game, and they have started for the first time in the late 80s with lobbyists and started to lobby members of Congress, and they've gotten very good at it. The head of the Senate Inquiry Commission that's going to be looking into Toyota is West Virginia Senator Jay Rockefeller. Jay Rockefeller has been a big supporter of Toyota. Toyota built one of their plants in Buffalo, West Virginia, and one of the members of the House committee looking into it is Congresswoman Jane Harman, and she represents Torrance, California, which is the North American headquarters of Toyota, and her husband's company made millions of dollars off of stereo parts towards Toyota for their cars. That's how he made his money. So they've done an excellent job of learning from Detroit and learning how to lobby Washington. So it might be a little embarrassing for them, but I think in the end that I could not see Congress taking action on the company.
And Harman does sit on the Energy and Commerce Committee, which was supposed to have that hearing this week, but again, the snow pushing all that back. All right, Lee Patrick Sullivan, thank you, and thank you very much for being with us. I'm Tyler Suiters. You're watching Clean Skies News.